Hello everybody and welcome back to Anti-MLM Vlogmas Day 8. I'm Christine, I'm glad you're here. Welcome to a session how with this sales strategy we can sell more products in pharmacy. Today we're going to take a look at a team call from a former Sensi distributor who at the beginning of the year left to Farmasi. Sensi pretty much crumbled over the past years, I would say, but specifically at the beginning of this year when the CEO announced drastic changes in the compensation plan that were not in favor of the distributors, and this is one of the top distributors. She was at the top rank in Sensi and she left to Farmasi. I reacted to her before. I reacted to her on a call together with, I believe, what is her husband. I will link it up here and also down below if you're interested in that, where she and her husband wanted to explain to their team how Farmasi is different. Now, spoiler, they didn't accomplish that because all of the things they said, they were just typical for MLMs. But today we're going to learn how you can sell more products with the hero product strategy. So we will get into this baby. We will get into the call right away. Let's listen how we can sell more products in Farmasi. In case you didn't know, Farmasi is a network marketing company that sells beauty products and health and wellness products. It's a Turkish MLM that launched in the United States, I guess it was last year. And a lot of people from Monat, also a drowning network marketing company, they also went to Farmasi. And now they're all chilling cheap lipstick, in my opinion. So we will take a look. Let's get into this baby. Happy Vlogmas Day 8. Let's go.
How many of you would like to sell more products? Anyone? Yeah, make a little more commission. So I'm going to share a little bit about what I think is a great strategy to work with here at Farmasi and kind of what makes us a little bit different. My strategy and a strategy that I think you can adopt, and I truly do think anyone can and should adopt. Probably 100% of you are working your businesses online and in social media, and this kind of fits in right in that way. All right, let's dive in. So we're going to talk tonight about selling more with hero products. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Jennifer Anderson, and I am a platinum director with Farmasi. That's so crazy, but also so exciting. And so I've been with Farmasi just about 4 months now, almost 4 months, and wait, April, May, June, yeah, almost 4 months. And this is some of what I have learned and have adopted kind of coming in and what I see working really well for me, and something that I think you can adopt with your strategy. So what is a hero product?
The picture is not good if you want to sell collagen products. I'm sorry. It looks like she has a patch of highlight on her very makeup loaded face. Nothing wrong with that, but if you want to sell me skincare products, and those are skincare products, then I would suggest as an ethical salesperson you should also show me your skin. That's not what I wanted to say. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, she was in Sensi before, so she was at the top rank there, and she was able to rank up rather quickly in Farmasi because she had a big team. Now, only very few people watch these team calls. She opened up a new YouTube account. She had a YouTube before, and if you join Sensi, you pretty much ride over your social media accounts to Sensi after you leave. So she started a new account where she just has 100-something people following her there, and the views are really low, whereas on the former account it was thousands of people who were following her and who also watched her stuff. What I want to say though is she had a big team before. She had a certain influence in a network marketing company, left that network marketing company, and was able to rank up rather quickly because I think she still had a decent amount of people who were willing to join her in the new network marketing company. Sensi really infuriated a lot of its own distributors with the changes they made, and then over the course of this year as well, because they suddenly started to sell candles. But before that, they always claimed, no, we're the safer opportunity, we're the wick-less opportunity, and now they're just doing the same shit everybody else does. She had a certain influence before because she had a big team, because she was at the top of another network marketing company, and that is why you could consider her more successful than most people in Farmasi. Let's also not forget this when we hear this. Her tips and tricks are based on her already having a team, coming over to the new network marketing company with that team, And who are the people who are most excited about the products? It is the distributors themselves and not necessarily external customers.
So I'm talking tonight to you about hero products. I want to share with you what they are. It's a product that best represents you, your brand's values, and it's the one that most customers associate with you. I want you to hear this. You are not Farmasi. You are you. You sell pharmacy and you sell pharmacy products, but you are not Farmasi. So you have your own unique brand and you have your own unique way of offering pharmacy products to the people in your circle. And so when I'm talking about your brand, I'm not talking about Farmasi. I'm talking about your brand. Okay. What sets you apart and makes you you. A hero product is a product that embodies your core message and values. And it's often the first thing that a customer thinks of when they consider your brand. So many of you may not have this definition of a hero product yet, but you can build this to where a customer thinks of you or your brand and thinks of one specific product. Okay. That's what a hero product is. So I have adopted this model of choosing 5 hero products to work with. And I typically kind of have a rotation of 5 hero products that I share at a time. Does this mean that I don't sell any other products outside of those 5? No, absolutely not. But what it does mean is that what I am choosing to share consistently is 5 specific products. And I pick 5 products and I pick them and I share them again and again and again and again. We're going to talk about that tonight. So why choose only 5? Well, at any given time, Farmasi has over 200 products available at a time. And I want you to remember this. Customers aren't as obsessed as influencers are yet. So it's easy for us to maybe look at our website and see this and that and this and that and want it all and place an order of 1,100 different things and be so excited about everything that comes in. But to a customer, if you were to say, go check out my website, here's my website, and they click on your link and they see 200 products and they're like, oh my gosh, what is this, right? Oh my gosh, can you narrow it down? Can you help me pick? And then within those products, then, let's take a lippy, for example, matte liquid lipstick. There's 30 different shades, right? On top of the fact that there's 8 different lip products to choose from, there's all the different shades, right? So it's a lot. What happens when customers see all of the different products that we carry? And these are real things that consumer studies have tracked: choice overload, decision fatigue, decision or analysis paralysis. And this is basically when someone's like, this is too much, I just can't really make a choice of what I want to get or try, and so they just kind of walk away. Anxiety or frustration, that can often be something that customers experience when they're presented with too many options. And reduced interaction.
What she's referring to here is that customers, people who just want to try pharmacy products, they aren't as in love with the products as influencers are. When she says influencers, pharmacy influencers are distributors. They call their distributors influencers. She's admitting that actual retail customers or preferred clients, preferred customers, they're not as obsessed with the product as the distributors and the company are. That is odd, isn't it? No, it's not. It's the distributors who are most interested in the products. And out of all of these products, you have to pick 5, according to her, that are your hero products. And those are the products that you have to show regularly to your customers. So you already purchased a good amount of products and you had to try a lot of products to see what your hero products actually are. Thank you for admitting that the distributors themselves are the ones who are the most interested in the network marketing company's product and not necessarily outside customers.
When customers feel overwhelmed or any of the things that I previously mentioned, they can kind of skulk away and kind of pull back from from actually wanting to interact with you and purchase or even view your website later on, or even pay attention to the things that you post on social media as you're growing.
But it also shows that actual customers don't really need anything from Farmasi because those are very basic products. That's how I would see it. Something really intrigued you, and granted, you have to find that product within the 200 products they offer on their website. If you don't have any outstanding products, nothing that is super recognizable, something I don't need, then maybe I simply don't need the basic products.
So how can we help avoid these things happening? Simplify your product offerings by focusing on your fave 5. Okay. So what that means is when you are sharing on social media and you're talking about your business and you're talking about the things that you're using or that you're loving, it's not like product of the day and we're sharing 31 different products every month. We're simplifying the products that we're offering and picking our fave 5. Now, you can still offer personalized recommendations to other people because not every single person in your circle is going to be interested in your exact 5 because it's very unique to you. So it's really important that we're able to personalize and offer recommendations to other people based on what they like. So when I'm conversing with people, I'll ask them questions like, what interests you? Or tell me more about your current routine. I want to learn about what they're looking for so that I can personalize things for them. What are you looking for in a protein powder? What are you looking for in an eye cream? What are you looking for in a shampoo, right? Ask questions and listen for clues for customer preferences so you can find the products that meet those desires.
What is really important for me with these products is that they're not being sold by a network marketing company. Other than that, I don't have any other standards. Well, and if it's a protein powder, it has to be whey protein and vanilla, but not sold by a network marketing company. Those are my standards. Thank you.
When you're engaging in conversation with people, you want to be listening for clues for what's important to them. What are they looking for? Is fragrance important? Is feel important? Is the sudsing important? Is, what is important to them? Do they want results quickly? Do they want long lasting results? Is flavor important to them when we're talking about like L-carnitine or collagen or meal replacement shakes? It's so important that you're able to listen and personalize your recommendations, and that will help cut out a lot of the noise that people can experience. But we're still focused on our fave 5 when we're talking about what we are sharing on an everyday basis. So how do you choose your 5? Okay. These are the questions I want you to ask yourself as we're walking through this tonight. What is something that you can talk about every single day and not feel weird?
Yeah, maybe not post that picture. I love the shirt. But that picture is strange. What I don't understand is if you're a salesperson and she's heavily leaning into the health and wellness product, why do you show me your face with a heavy load of makeup, with a lot of blush? If you want to sell me skincare products, health and wellness, beauty products, then show me how you naturally look like without a lot of makeup on, because I want to see what these gummies do. What are they? They're very likely vitamin C or supplement gummies. What are you? Can I see? Can I tell? I cannot tell. But just like with the products before, with glasses on the picture is even worse. I'm sorry, but if you want to sell supplements for your overall health and wellness, then also make sure that you have somewhat of a natural approach when you sell them. And don't load your face with makeup. I have nothing against people loving makeup, and Farmasi also has makeup products. But if you want to sell me gummies where you can show that they build collagen in my body, or beauty shots that make my skin glow from the inside out, then I would also like to see your skin. If you're the salesperson for that company, then also make the effort and do that. And reduce or remove any kind of filters you might have on pictures as well. Now, these are for this presentation. I hope she doesn't pitch it to her audience like that. But just as a side note, if you really want to sell your hero products, also be honest what these products do, what you look like when you use these products, and not what you look like with these products when you pile a lot of makeup on your face. If you're trying to sell me the makeup products, then I guess it's also a choice. Some people like heavy makeup, then show me the makeup. Others are more interested in more natural looks, I guess. And these are the health and wellness products she's showing there, and she showed before as well. Then show me your face without a lot of makeup. I think that would be more helpful.
Is it a vitamin supplement? Is it a perfume? Is it a lippy, a mascara, an eye cream? Is it a face mask?
I'm currently making a urine therapy. I watered down my own urine, and I hope that it will do wonders for me. It's not. It's a magnesium supplement. But it looks like I'm from Waterworld, right? Where people didn't have enough water supplies, and that's why they had to drink their own pee. It's magnesium. We're good to go. That's what I would like to promote. Urine therapy. Ugh, can you imagine?
What's something that you can talk about every single day and not feel weird about? And this is actually really important because if you feel weird about sharing, here's what's going to happen. You're going to share it for like 2 or 3 days. And then by day 4, when you're like, I've said the same thing for the last 3 days, and now this is the 4th time I'm going to say it, you're just not going to do it because it feels weird to you. So it's really important that you share products that you're comfortable with. What are you obsessed with? What are you obsessed with? And I'm serious. I think you should pick 5 products and get obsessed with them. I'm obsessed with my 5, and I'm going to share my 5 with you at the end.
Why do you have to be obsessed with them though? Can't you just like the products and then say, I totally recommend these? We have huge product range, but these are the 5s that I'm currently using and I'm loving them. They're really, really great. And here are the benefits. Why do you have to be obsessed? Why does everything have to be bigger than life? Nobody's obsessed with products. Come on. I love potato chips. Hello. Funny Frisch, lentil chips, Pringles. I'm not obsessed with them, but I like them.
But I'm obsessed with my 5, as in I use them every day. I love them. They feel good. They make me feel good. I see results with them. That's the next question. What have you seen results with? If you're new here, this may be something that takes a little more time, or you might be like, guys, results could be like, this lipstick makes me feel pretty. That's a result. It doesn't have to be, I've lost 17 pounds by drinking meal replacement shakes for 3 months, right? It doesn't have to, that's not the results I'm talking about. Results can be like, I feel pretty.
Urine.
Results can be, this mascara stayed longer than any other mascara I've tried. Results can be, my lipstick didn't bleed because I used a liner and that liner gave me results, okay? What products do you look forward to using every single day? And what products make your life better? It can be anything. It can be shampoo, it can be a supplement, it can be a lippy, it can be an eye cream, it can be a face mask that you wear at night.
I think we get it. Pick 5 products out of 200 and share the ones and try to sell the ones that you like while posting regularly on your social media. This could have been an email so far.
So these are some things to consider when you're picking your 5. You want to have a variety of products in your hero rotation, okay? So you want to choose something from each line. And it's important that, I'm here mainly, like if I were not building a business and I were just here for like a discount, I'm gonna tell you, I'm here for NutriPlus. I'm here because I love NutriPlus. I love the health and wellness products. That's what I'm here for. But if that's all I sell, I'm missing out on a massive market of people who want skincare and makeup. So it's important when you're choosing your 5, you want a variety of products and you really should have something from each line. It's okay to have like 3 from one and 1 and 1, that's fine. But pick the things based on the questions I asked you before. Make sure you include at least one thing from each line so that you can appeal to more people.
NutriPlus is the health and wellness product that you showed before in those pictures as well. Dr. Tuna is the original founder of Farmasi and he created a lot of face and hair care product and then Farmasi makeup. Those are like the 3 pillows of products that they offer. Why am I doing that? Those are the 3 different categories of products they offer.
The next thing to consider is to choose different price point offerings. Not everything in your lineup should be $75, $85, $90, right? You want to have things that are what I call like a quick pick or an easy sale or like an impulse buy. Those would be examples like a lippy, a mascara, a liner, something kind of smaller on the price point. That's an easy sell because it's not like breaking the bank. And then I want to talk to you about a recruiting hero versus a selling hero and what that difference is. So you're going to have products in your hero products that are sales products for you. Okay. Products that, again, you can sell them, no problem. But you want to have at least one product in your lineup that you should use as a recruiting tool. So again, make sure this is something that is still very true to you and is a product that you actually use and love and want to share. For me, that product is collagen, okay? I use the unflavored collagen every single day. Here's why it's a recruiting product. In the United States, collagen full retail costs $90, okay? If someone is interested in collagen, it would be like awful of me not to offer it to them at half price for them to get $45 off of their collagen. That's a huge discount, right?
Is that true that if you want to buy a collagen in the US, you have to spend over $90? I guess there's also a variety of that. When you become an influencer, once again, that means you become a distributor with Farmasi. What they always do is they try to tell you how beneficial it is to become a distributor for Farmasi. Also, what she does is to just pitch that if you just like the products, but you want to get them at 50% discount, because that is the discount Farmasi offers its own sales force, its own distributors, and they're called Farmasi influencers. What she's always leaving out, though, is the actual cost that is involved in becoming a Farmasi influencer. You can join Farmasi for $19.99. That doesn't sound too horrible to be able to sell the products and to sell the business opportunity, but that is the basic starter kit. You have to buy a starter kit to be allowed to join Farmasi as a salesperson. The basic starter kit is just a bunch of brochures and some samples. So yes, you can start at that range. You can start for $20, but that doesn't mean that there's any product included. If you want some actual sized product, there is a variety of other starter kits that they already offer you. So you do have to spend at least $20 to get the 50% discount. Yes, it's a discount on Farmasi products, but that doesn't necessarily mean, in my opinion, that it's a good deal. These are currently the starter kits that you can choose from. And if you want a starter kit with products, which makes sense to also get your hands on those. If you want to sell to other people, you also need to show something. You need to present, according to her, at least 5 hero products from different categories. Then you can purchase those different starter kits. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're pushing the premium kit, the 500, or the supreme kit, the $500 one, or at least the 250 essential elite kit, so that you have different products from the different product categories. It can get pricey rather quickly, and then over the course of 6 months, you also have to spend a certain amount of money on Farmasi to be an active consultant, to be an active salesperson. That is $125 or $150 every 6 months. Those are additional costs that she doesn't mention here. And if you have to get your hands on the product, love them, take a look which ones could be your hero products, you will inevitably spend a good amount on these products. Just as a reminder, and what she said before is that the customers are not yet obsessed with the products, but the influencers are. So the people in the company are the ones who have to be obsessed with the products they need to sell. The customers are not the obsessed ones. Why? Because those products are a facade, as is typical, in my opinion, in network marketing companies. It's just a recruitment tool, and you will likely have to spend a lot of money, although Farmasi claims that they have the products at discounted prices. They really don't. They're rather pricey, I believe, for what they are, and even pitching them as an influencer with 50% discount, you will spend a lot of money. Just for starters, that is already pricey. If you want to get your hands on the starter kit with a couple of products, you will very likely already spend over $100.
And it makes so much sense for them to spend $20 to get the $20 starter kit to save $45 off of their collagen, not just that time, but every single time after that. So
But that means that you already at least spent $60 to get your hands on the product for the first time. And then you might understand and see, do I actually like that product? Yes or no. You still spend $60 on a product where you have to make the decision, do I really like it? But I guess when you sell these products, you have to tell yourself you really like them. Whereas as a customer, you can just be honest and think, do I really want these products? I'm not sure. Or yeah, I like them. I will continue to purchase. There is a lot more cost involved than what she mentions here.
You should want to think about having a product in your lineup that makes a very easy, simple recruiting conversation. And this really would be anything over $40 retail. If you have anything over $40 retail, it makes sense for someone to buy a $20 kit and then take $20+ off of their product. Do you see how that works? Do you see how it's important to have at least one and maybe even more products in your lineup where you can have recruiting conversations easily? Make sure that something in there is a good recruiting tool for you.
But that also means that you as a distributor have to purchase products that are pricier, not from the different categories, But also within the categories, you have to pick the pricier items so that you can pitch the 50% discount more effectively, meaning more expenses. Eyes on the prize, people, eyes on the prize. That's what I always recommend to network marketing companies. So you also have to fall in love and you have to be obsessed with pricey products because they're good recruiting tools.
So here's how you share once you pick your 5, okay? Stories. So stories are your warmest market. These are the people that know you well. They're in your stories, watching you. Your own daily use of the products is what I suggest in your stories. Now you want to do both the foreground and the background. What I mean by that is you can be doing other things or talking about your life and putting collagen in your coffee, but not necessarily saying, here's why you need collagen, here's the benefits, here's why ours is best, and here's how much it is. That's a background story. That's where you're using the product and people can see you're actually using it, or you can be like taking your gummies but talking about your life. That's a background thing. So you want to do both foreground and background stories. A foreground story would be like, let me tell you about these Radiant Mind gummies. Oh my gosh, I've struggled with focus so much. And you're talking about what's in them. How do they work? How do they make you feel? What kind of results have you seen? That's a foreground story. So you want to be able to use both, share the items both ways in your stories, foreground and background. Reels, this is where I think you introduce a product to people. Okay. You can also do trials and reviews. So what I mean by that is, let's take L-carnitine, for example. I don't use L-carnitine myself, haven't really used it, but I'm about to go on a like, hey, I'm going to try L-carnitine every day for 30 days and I'm going to document it. And then I'm going to make a reel about my actual review and me trialing this product. Does that make sense? So that's very interesting to your audience. It gives you a little bit more time to talk about. It's also a great way to introduce products to people like for the first time, because you're going to get a lot of eyes on it. You can have fun with it. You can play with it. When the Latina lip lacquer collection came out, I introduced it with a reel. I tried on every single color and made a reel of every single color coming out. But then in my stories, you might see me just putting it on while I'm talking or feeling pretty because of a certain color. Carousels, if you don't know what those are, a carousel is if you go on Instagram and you see someone's picture and they've got text on their picture and you swipe left and there's another picture with more text and another picture with more text and you swipe and you swipe and you swipe. That's a carousel. So it's a collection of photos, but there's text on the photos. You can use carousels to educate or inform people about your hero products. Okay, so you can use the carousels. So you'll take a, let's say for example, I'm going to take a picture of me, eating a Radiant Mind gummy. Okay. I'm going to make that picture here. I'm going to put text on. I'm going to say like, the first picture would say something like, I used to struggle with focus so bad. Swipe. The next picture would be the same exact picture with a new text, like, until I found my new BFF, right? L-theanine, alpha GPC, blah, blah, blah. Swipe the next one. Now I feel incredible. Here's how it's helped me. Swipe. Here's what's in it. Swipe. So I'm educating and informing people about what's in the product. Again, always making sure to share how it's making me feel. Static post. This is just a post that lives on your wall or your feed. This would always include a picture. Okay. Always include a picture of some sort, either you using it or someone else, a picture you found on Pinterest, some Instagram, whatever. I use static posts usually to talk about sales and promos. So you guys know we pretty much always have a promo at Farmasi. Something is always on sale, or there's a recruiting promo or a free shipping promo or a gift with purchase. I use static posts for that. Okay. Engagement post. This is where you ask for people's opinion.
If you have the ability to offer the products regularly for your own distributors 50% discounted, and then on top of that you also regularly have promos and sales, then you're telling me pretty much that the products are vastly overpriced for what they are. Because otherwise you would just sell them for the full price and not at a discount plus at another discount or sales or for another promo deal. So how good are these products truly?
Opinions, questions, ideas. You can do non-Farmasi. This is just to boost engagement on your social media, but you can also use this with Farmasi. Okay. I got 2 new lippy shades. Which one do you think I should try today? People love giving their opinion. Or something like, my teammate is having really good success with this collagen coffee. saying it's helping her gut health and helping her digest her food better and feel better. Do you think I should try it? Or have you tried collagen? Right? Opinions, questions, ideas, just to get things flowing and get engagement. And then testimonials, ask your customers, how are they liking the products? Ask them if they have any tips that that you could share with other customers. And then ask them if you can share their review. I literally have a post that I'm getting ready to prepare, and it's snippets and screenshots of all of my customers' reviews on the products that they've been trying. Okay. Here are a couple of things to consider. Be willing to pivot, especially if it's not appealing to your audience. So if you have your 5 and you've given your 5 a go every single day consistently for 90 days and it's not working and people are not purchasing or no one's really interested, be willing to pivot, okay? Sometimes the things that you love are just not appealing to your audience, so you might need to swap something out and put a different product in. The next is know when it's time to pull a product out of rotation and introduce something new. Okay, so for me, I've been sharing the same exact thing almost 4 months now. So I'm pulling a product out and now I'm switching into like a new nightly glow drink that I just shared for the first time last night.
And because you consistently have to look out for other products in the product range, you consistently have to showcase new products. You also, as a distributor, have to purchase products regularly. This will be a pricey endeavor, as is typical for MLMs. Whether you can start with $19.95, which doesn't sound too horrible as a starter kit without any product, or not, you still have to purchase a lot of products to show them. And even if you limit that to 5, you still need to try out other products because you're expected to also get products, different price categories, then you need to switch them out. Maybe your audience doesn't react, then you should introduce a couple of more products and really then retire the old product. Do you see why that is such a nasty system? Because the distributors are the best customers and those are the best examples. You will have to purchase a lot of product. And even though the pharmacy products might not be considered as pricey as other MLM products are, you still spend a good amount of money on these each and every month.
It's time to share something new. Always take it to the DMs. Whenever you are selling your products, talking with people, take it to DMs for a couple of reasons. Number one, it actually boosts your algorithm. Did you know that? If you can send DMs back and forth to people, it actually makes your stuff appear in people's feeds better. And also, this is a great way to actually build relationships, meet the needs of people, listen to what they need. Stay consistent for at least 90 days, okay? Do not quit on this. Pick your products, go hard for 90 days, and I mean share the products every single day.
That also means, again, more expenses. If you have to be obsessed with pricier products, which are the health and wellness products, for example, typically they cost around $90 and then 50% reduced price, $45. That also means that you very likely have to purchase these 3 times because most of the product packs, they last for 1 month. It might be different with some of them, but yet again, more inventory that you have to purchase just so that you can show it for 90 days.
Every single day. Again, in all the different ways that I mentioned, it's not just a flyer a day with a link to your website. That's not what I'm talking about. It's getting very specific and sharing in the ways we talked about. And make sure that when you share, you're also talking about the valuable things that we have to offer. EU standards, affordability, and you can mention every once in a while that you get a 50% discount on these products because you're an influencer, and that piques interest as well, by the way.
Stop it with the EU standards. This is a Turkish MLM, and when you pitch to people in Europe, this is such a US thing, I guess. Stop it. Really make sure you understand who your audience is, because if you're pitching this and you're trying to attract somebody in Europe saying, we adhere to the EU standards, somebody living in Europe would tell you, well, congratulations, so you're adhering to the local rules because otherwise you wouldn't be able to sell the products here. That's great. It's not a flex here. It always makes me roll my eyes. EU standards are not interesting when you live in Europe. They're interesting for people living outside of Europe because they think they have an additional promotion tool. Products are so much cleaner and better, but that doesn't really work well if your audience is also located in Europe.
So these are my 5 faves, okay? Aloe Glow, Midnight Touch, Radiant Mind Gummies, Eye Patches, and Collagen. Those are my 5. Those are the 5 that I started with. Those are the 5 that I've been sharing for the last 4 months, but I'm about to pull something out of the rotation and add in something new, and that's my new nightly drink. So I'll probably pull out collagen out of the rotation just because I've been sharing that like absolutely crazy. And everybody knows I drink it. So
I think it is actually a good tip to tell people if you work for a network marketing company that has so many products available on the website, your customers might be overwhelmed. If you are a salesperson for that company, you need to simmer it down to a certain amount of products to not overwhelm your customers. I think that is not a bad idea, but ultimately, the end result of all of this, in my opinion, yet again, is that the network marketers spend the most money because they need to love the product. They need to be obsessed, as she said, and they need to try out the different products. If your products don't work for your audience, if you're not able to sell products, then you need to take a look at other products and you need to be equally as obsessed with these. And then, of course, you also need to try out other products if you want to take certain out of rotation, if it is your job to highlight 5 hero products and you have to be obsessed with them. So let's say you really take this to heart and you think the Farmasi products are okay, as a lot of people said after they left network marketing companies, actually also people who were in Monat before, who are now in Farmasi, who said, I liked the hair care products from Monat. It wasn't that they were bad, they were fine. I liked some of them actually, but they were way too pricey. I was overselling these products, but they were so pricey, it was hard for me to argue, yeah, they're the best products on planet Earth. Well, I have a feeling the same happens in Farmasi as well, because Farmasi and Farmasi distributors like to claim that they are affordable. You can even save money, especially if you join as an influencer and get them for 50% off. If you really take a look at the products you use at home, do you really save that much money? Those are not discounter prices. Those are not drugstore prices, at least not what I see in drugstores here in Germany. And you cannot compare Farmasi prices for the pricey items to established brands that might be mid-tier or high-tier. So if Farmasi wants to be discounter prices, then they should really overthink their strategy and also their prices, because even 50% reduced, these are still pricier than what I can get at a drugstore here. I'd be interested to know your thoughts. Do you think that this is really helpful as a selling strategy? In the end, it's her selling her team on buying a lot of products, trying them out. Maybe that is also a version of success for sure in network marketing companies, because you really do entice your team to purchase a lot of products. But would that actually work with outside customers? Tomorrow, we will take a look at Vlogmas Day 9 with a different video, but then the day after, Vlogmas Day 10, this individual will return and we will learn something more from a Farmasi team call. So if you're interested in these types of videos, then stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. I have an entire Vlogmas playlist at this point where I will upload the videos. And if you don't want to miss out on further uploads and if you don't want to miss out on the continuation of this in 2 days from now, then subscribe to the channel as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like this specific one, then hopefully I will see you in my next one. Until then, tschüss.